So, good evening and welcome to another book review session by the Bibliophile family. Today we have Rumit presenting the book review on Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. So, over to you, Rumit.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Chidaji, I hope now the voice is okay. Hello, Chidaji.
Yes, voice is okay.
Yeah, I hope everyone can hear. Just if everyone can thumbs up, so it will confirm that I'm audible.
Yeah.
Audible, no? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, welcome to another TBF review. This book is very interesting. That's why I selected this book in readathon as well as for the review. So, as you can see, the author is Nobel Prize winner, and the title is Thinking Fast and Slow. So we experience in our life about this. So actually the author talks about our mental uh, properties and characteristics and various situations, which makes it very interesting, though the book is very long, 500 plus pages, but very interesting. So initially I thought that I'll not read this book because of so many pages, but when I just gone through the concept, it sounds very interesting. So once you will also come to know, you will find it very interesting. So next slide, please. Yeah, so I hope everyone can see this picture. So it reminds of what something anyone can say. What is
The
this picture
story
about?
of the hare and the tortoise.
Hair and the
Slow and
tortoise.
steady wins the race.
Yeah, that's a slogan, but it reminds of two animals. One is very fast and one
Yeah,
is,
the hare and the tortoise.
yeah, yeah. So uh, the author says that our mind has two type of thinking properties. So one is like tortoise and one is like hare. So sometimes we observe that we think very fast, and sometimes we take some time, we buy some time. You must have seen sometimes, if anyone asks you, you ask for some, you buy some time, that I will respond maybe in a couple of days or maybe after a few hours, and somewhere you immediately you respond. So that is why the author calls this two system, the characteristic of the two system. So system one is automatic, it is very quick, it is intuitive and involuntarily effortless. While system two is slow, it requires focus, it is computing, analyzing, and deliberate. So what happens that whenever any person takes time, then it is type 2, system 2. When someone responds immediately very fast, it is system 1. So as per your opinion, which one is better? Someone can type in the chat box, or you can. Okay, 2 means tortoise. Pramilaji says by time. Okay. What about others? What they think? Okay, so now diplomatic answer from our two.
I feel it depends on the situation also and the kind of response that is probably required at that point in time. Sometimes when you reply too fast, you are probably excited to give your response, and when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
take that, yeah,
yeah,
so when you take time, you're actually thinking, what the repercussions may be. कहीं
yeah, yeah,
मेरे मेरे जवाब से किसी को हर्ट तो नहीं हो जाएगा या इसका कोई ऐसा मतलब तो नहीं निकालेगा. So it always depends on the situation, I think.
yeah, yeah, of course. So sometimes we regret that we were too, in hurry to respond. We should have taken some time. And sometimes we regret that we've taken very long time. We should have been, early to respond. So it depends, but as per author, both the systems are important. How? For actually those who have said that system 2 is important. So in system 1, suppose some object is falling on your head, you see some, from the ceiling some lamp falling on you, what you will do? You will think, analyze or something, or you will immediately push yourself aside. Or if some, dog or some animal is running after you, you will stop there and think, or you will immediately take action as per system 1 and start running. So it is, both the systems are important. Like, in our school time, we used to have some student, like, Chatur of Three Idiots, that, every time he will be the first to raise the hand and first to respond. uh, so that is like system 1. So like Richa ji always says, I don't know Richa ji is there or not, but she always says that, my this post will be earliest and fastest, but it is not always, because sometimes in hurry we may commit some mistake, or we may overlook, or we may forget something. And when we buy time, then sometimes, too much delay can also affect the scenario or the consequences or the result. So that's why balance of both is important. So we have to see that wherever, which system is applicable. So your mind has two kind of path, or you can say two kind of gears. So we should know in which gear you have to run your vehicle. Like on highway, if the path is free, you can go with the full speed, and in traffic you can't go like system 1 at the speed of 80 or 90. So that is how both the things are important. You have to judge yourself and understand which system you have to follow and implement. So that will help us further. So next slide, please. Yeah, so here I would request everyone to fill in the blank. So two letters are there and balance, sorry, two words, two letters you have to fill up and write in the chat box.
It, it can be any word.
Yeah, any word, whatever. Yeah, some more variety is there if you think again. Yeah, some more. It's like Sudoku we played, or some word puzzle we had. Yeah, I'm finding more words. Soup, soon, song. Yeah, yeah. Lot of varieties there. We have amazing. So many talented people are there. Oh, Zainab ji is too many. Soon, soul, soft, soul, soap, soul. So the author says about the priming. Now, priming is the scenario or the situation which is used as per psychologist. So what happens? This whatever word you have, mentioned, that indicates your background. Like, any chef or any culinary expert, they will write soup, because their mind will first think of the relevant word or the subject. So similarly, soap may be by the people who must have been, cosmetics or washing related mind, it has come. So this is how our mind works. It is called priming. So if you see in practical example, like, all car showrooms and all, you can see they will display the most expensive cars in the front, and less expensive car at the rear. So what happens when you see more expensive cars? You see that price and all, and then priming effect is created, and when you see the next car, your mind thinks that this is okay, so this is affordable and this is okay, so automatically you tend to buy that thing. So this way the priming is used. There are many example of priming. You can correlate in our practical life and how people uh, use the priming effect in various situations. In I think in all the applications in every field, people can use in priming, even in our family matters and all. You can create the priming, and then you can achieve the desired result accordingly. Even in corporate world, you see how people create the priming, and then you can get the desired result. So that is what the author says about priming and the studies of priming. It affects your decisions. So next slide, please. Yeah. So here again, author shows uh, there are two figures. I think everybody can see the slide: neglect of ambiguity and suppression of doubt. So here, what you can see in the first box and in the second box. Anybody can speak. What is there in the first?
So the
ABC simple.
Yeah, ABC.
Uh,
Okay. Anyone for the second rectangle?
Anne approached the bank.
No, no. Next.
121314,
Okay. Yeah.
or is it a B?
That is what
actually it's the
I
same
was.
image.
That is what I was about to ask. This
Yeah.
12,
why?
13, 14. 12, 13, 14.
It
Yeah,
could
correct.
also be 12B14.
But just because of context, the previous and the next letters, we
Yeah,
read it as A, B, C, and then 12, 13, 14.
yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So what happens that this is again, since this is between A and C, so we assume it is B. But it can be 13 also. Why not A 13 C? And why not 12 B 14? So it is possible. No? So this is what the author is trying to showcase us. So this is the called as machine for jumping to conclusion. So it is where we read as ABC and here we read as 12, 13, 14. So the shape is ambiguous, but you jump to the conclusion, this according to the identity. So next slide, please. So these are the various examples, how you can play with your mind, human mind, and how, there are various uh, aspects and theories which can be used. Now, again, here the author says the cause and consequence of cognitive ease. Now, what happens that here the author is indicating the ease of experience where, the left side is the cause and the right side is consequences. So, repeated experience, it makes you feel familiar, and clear display feels true. Primed idea feels good. Good mood is, feels effortless. So we have observed that many times, in our family also we have seen example that if you want permission from your father, you will try to manage that when his mood is good, then only you will ask, so that you get the positive response, you will get the yes. Whereas in corporate world also, you see when your boss is in very bad mood, you will not take the risk to seek his permission on the important matter. So this formula, applies everywhere in our practical life. So yeah, Amije. So you can correlate very easily. So similarly, what happens? The people from the similar field, like one doctor with another doctor, one yoga practitioner with the another yoga practitioner, they gel very well with each other because they have similar experience and similar fields, so they can share uh, communication more easily as compared to others. You must have seen at the public places when people introduce each other, and when they find that they have similar background or the same some common aspect is there, so they are more comfortable to communicate as compared to people from the other field. So this is author's opinion, I'm not saying, but it we have seen such things. I hope many of us must have seen such thing and they can correlate. So it can be bias, we can't say, but it happens, yeah, same region, same caste or like that. So abroad, when suppose if like Reti ji is from Kerala, so if she meets someone from Kerala at abroad, she will be very glad, as if koi mil gaya apna. So definitely it makes a lot of difference. So next slide, please. Yeah, so here again, this we see three people walking. So I would ask you that the first person is taller than the last person by what percentage? You can assume 5%, 10%, or 12%. What is the correct percentage? Can you guess? And Zainab has leaked the paper. Oh, Reti ji also is there. Okay, okay. So yeah, you are right. So it is like but at first look you will find that it's a 3D heuristic effect, that you find the top person as taller uh, and the last person as a shorter because of the 3D effect, visual effect. So it happens many times. In Bombay, I had company house, and my boss also had company house. So I told him, you select whichever you select, then I'll select the balance house. But he invited me for the lunch, so I also need to invite him for lunch. And when he came, he said, "Oh, your windows are bigger than mine windows." So you can't take risk because if the ego is hurt of means your boss ego should not hurt. No? So I told him, boss, you are sitting closer to the window. That's why you are feeling that it is bigger. In fact, it is not bigger, it is smaller. But since you are very close to the window, so it feels that it is bigger. So this is how we can use this concept, and the author has indicated that uh, this thing exists in our everyday life, and always it has given different name, like halo effect is also there. Halo effect is I told you about in the earlier, which I just skipped. So it is the tendency to like everything by person what they observe. So that is called halo effect. And now again, this is like what you see. So that is here, that is called heuristics property and bias on this. Your means human is bias on this. So any questions till now? I hope everything is clear. If anyone has any question, you can ask till now. Okay. So okay, Amiji, thank you. It is crystal clear. So I hope it is good. Now again, there comes one concept by the author. That is one story of Linda. Less is more. Here, what the Linda is a character of a story, and here what happens, the Linda problem is similar to our other practical life. There what happens, suppose you add some cheap product to the expensive product, and you make it as a whole package and deal and make it attractive. So there the less is more in this case. So what happens that sometimes suppose something is not selling for any company and some product is selling more, so they would like to make a complete package. They will club that thing with that, and then they will like to sell. So similarly, that's why it is called the less is more. This is also human psychology. We have seen in many brands, like particular brand, some product is very famous and selling, while the same company other product may not be acceptable or they may not be selling. So they would like to club with that. On Amazon also we find some product, they will club that you have to buy this thing with that thing. So that is how it works. Yeah, Palakji, we can have selfie if everyone is okay. Yeah, Retiji, sell a shampoo with free face wash. So we find such so many uh, offers. So where they club uh, everything with that. Also, author talks about talent and luck. So as per author, the success is equal to talent plus luck. So great success is equal to little more talent plus a lot of luck. So we have seen many examples, where the talented people are there, but they are not successful. And that is because the luck is additional to them, and that leads to the success. Because sometimes the capable person may not get a chance to showcase his abilities and means his or her ability and get the success. So this is what about the talent and luck also author has said. Further, we talk about author talks about overconfidence, the illusion of understanding. In a particular, he has given example of a book in Black Swan book, where the Taleb introduced the notion of narrative fallacy to describe how the flaw stories is there. So we have so many examples of overconfidence and illusion of understanding. As I mentioned, those who were in the evening session about the invisible gorilla, there also illusion of confidence or understanding is mentioned. Like sometimes what happens, the candidate who is not capable, but he will like a bol bachan na, very confidence, he will be showcasing the confidence to the interviewer, and they select him as per the his speech or his confidence. But he may not be fit for that job, but he will speak as if he is expert in this field. And sometimes what happens, the capable person may not be able to showcase his expertise. So due to lack of confidence, he or she may not be selected. So this can happen because of the illusion of understanding or illusion of confidence. So that's why author is showcase about this. Again, the intuitions versus formula, author has told us about this. So as per one research by Doss showed that the marital stability is equal to frequency of love making minus frequency of quarrels. So this is regarding the married life. Many people can correlate this formula author has given. I am not given. So he's saying this stability depends on this. So I think we can have selfie. We are on the midway, almost half an hour is over. So everyone can put on the cameras if possible.
Good evening, everyone. So good to see you all. Neena ji, Hema ji, please turn on your camera. Good evening. Jagriti, Neha ji, Radna, Zainab. All right. Everyone is looking amazing. Good evening, Mahesh ji. Right. Smile, everyone. Ready? 1, 2. One more, please. 1, 2. Smile. Awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you all are enjoying the session. The discussion, the explanation is wonderful. The book is quite tedious, I think. I know. I've read it. So, sir is explaining beautifully. Yeah, we can continue.
Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so here some German research scientists has provided some graph. So I don't know whether it may be true or may not be true, but this is as per his survey and research he has mentioned that about the marriage in the number of years, and x-axis is number of years, y-axis is about the life satisfaction. So as per the research scientists, it is, first 1 year is at peak, and then slightly getting down, and then again peak, and then again. But I don't think, I mean, we can correlate this. This may be depending on some survey or whatever. Yeah, Sanjay ji, correct. So anyway, this is the author's opinion and that German research opinion they have mentioned in this. So what we see about the by the author, they have mentioned that one of the scientists is there. Bernoulli's error is there. So again, there after 5 years of study, author completed. It's about the prospect theory and the analysis of decision under risk is done. So here the Bernoulli is observed that most of the people dislike risk and like to pick the sure thing or safe option. So that is the human tendency where people can select, like, if there are some examples that if you are given some option of investment, like there are 60% chances to win 5 lakh $20, 63% towards 5 lakh, 98% chance to win, or 100% chance to win 5 lakh, but risk also is there. So this is how the actually author has made the comparison, and he has shown the possibility also of gains and loss, but it is based on the language also. Like, marketing people will indicate that you are losing this, but in fact uh, gain, what is the gain is not mentioned. Sometimes it is like half glass of water is filled or half glass is empty. So when you say half glass is filled, it reflects the positive aspects and it makes you positive instead of saying. So same kind of concept is used in this, and this kind of concept is used in latest marketing deceptive. Uh, this strategy is used, like, the starting is like, we are sorry that we can't compromise on our quality, or so the starting is very deceptive, and then later on you find that it is totally different or contradictory. So these kind of tactics are used to play with your mind and impress your mindset of the people. So again, further, challenging the economics. So suppose if there is a person, for example, John. So he is 5 feet tall. So what will be your answer if he is, whether he is tall or short or what? Means, what do you think? What is your opinion? If someone, Mr. X, is 5 feet tall, so can you say is a tall person or short person? You write in the chat box, please. Everyone. What is your opinion? Palakji says that he is short as per average height. Sanjay ji says he is a good guy. So 5 feet people are good guy as per Sanjay ji. Santi ji says that he is taller than me. So Reti ji is saying anyone who is taller than me is tall. So of course, now as per the messages, I'm thinking that you are thinking that 5 feet is less than the average height. So everyone will assume that he's a short, Mr. X is short. But nobody is talking about the age. If the age of Mr. X or Mr. John is 6 year old, then what would you say about this height? If the 6 year old child is 5 feet tall, then he is very tall, na? Then he is tall. So this is how author is. Yeah, that you assume, but you didn't check now whether he is assumed or not, Zainab. So this is how these gimmicks play games with your mind. So it is how uh, different aspects are used and they can play with you. Again, emotional framing is also showcased by the author, where would you gamble the offer of 10% chance to win $95 or 90% chance to lose $5? Or another question will be, would you pay $5 to participate in a lottery that offers 10% chance to win $100 and 90% chance to win nothing? Now both these questions are identical. So in both you must decide whether to accept an uncertain prospect that leave you either rich by $95 or poorer by $5. So which question will attract more people? The first one or second one? You can write in the chat box or you can
Second one.
say. Who said second one?
Saurabh.
Okay, Saurabh ji. Actually, as per author, the first question attracts more people than the second one, because in the first question it is $95, winning the $95, and the 90% chance. So these two bigger figures will attract the mindset of the common people, because the same thing it is used in a different manner. Just like I said, na, the glass is half filled instead of half empty. Whereas in the second one, it was mentioned that 10% chance. So people would not like to take risk. 10% chance is very less as compared to 90% chance. And also it was saying 90% chance to win nothing. So the last word also affects, as means the first word or the last word, it always impact. Because when you describe the two people, two person, A and B. So for A, if you say, yeah, Saurabh, please.
Can you please repeat what was the first option?
First question was, would you gamble that offer of 10% chance to win $95 and 90% chance to lose 5%, $5? Or would you pay $5 to participate in lottery that offer 10% chance to win and 90% chance to win nothing? So it is the same thing but presented in a different manner. So it plays with your mindset. So I hope it is clear. So I was about to ask, yeah. Anyone want to say anything more? Santi ji says, I want to gamble. No, I'd asked to write in the chat box. No?
This happens in the Yeah, this also happens in cosmetics and all the products as well. The product is like 399 rupees, but actually it's 400 rupees. Like it's rounding off, but it's about the perspective that it's in the line of 300. So people are tend to purchase it more.
Yeah,
And
yeah, we say Bata style, no? The pricing Bata style, like 299, 399. So instead of 400, they'll write 399. So the mindset, tends to feel that it is lower. The priming effect, as we discussed earlier, also. So it's a combination of all this principle used in marketing and to impress. Yeah, Zainab, please.
Sorry, I joined 6 minutes late, but can you please tell me if the book is about business or is it about like relationships or personal growth? What it is exactly about? Because till now, I have seen three different types of slides. One is also talking about marriage, one is talking about business, one is talking about the illusions and all that. So, what is the
yeah,
main
Zainab,
theme of the book?
the book's name is Thinking Fast and Slow. Yeah.
So it focusing on every aspects of the life, not just like one part of it, right?
Zainab, it focus on the different situations of the mindset of
Okay.
the human being and the different experiments performed by different people and some principles which are used in common life. Actually, I'm giving example of the business industry, but it is applicable even in the social life, family matters, or any other aspects also. Like the same principle, same story, you will find everywhere. Like the priming effect we saw. So I don't know whether you were there or not during priming, given that fill in the blank puzzle where people filled up as per their own mindset or thinking. It is like a famous saying, the person with green goggles will look, everything will, grass will look green for the person. So many philosophy and so many concept are there which are highlighted by the author in different way. So one more example author had given that suppose there are two person A and B. So when you describe A and B, like some broker also they use this concept when they show us the property or house or office or anything. So first they will describe about the plus, all the positives, and then gradually they will just talk about the minus aspects or the negative aspect. But when you see that starting in the starting only the criteria or the aspects are as per your requirement or matching, then most of the people they ignore or they don't mind about the negatives. So similarly the author had given example that suppose there are two person A and B. Now both have the common property, both are kind, both are you know uh, good in behavior. Later on some properties are negative, there is a dark side also and all. But when you are describing for the A person, if the order of description, all good things are in top order, and then gradually the negative thing is at the later. Whereas in B, when we are describing the person B, all the negatives are in the beginning. So what happens? The human mind immediately takes decision that, oh, this is negative fellow. So they don't wait till the positive things come. So similarly, when the broker is showing, any house, but in the beginning only, if he says ki there is shortage of water, you may need to order water tanker, this thing, that thing. So you would not like to continue. You will give up there only. Your mind will say, oh, this is not suitable. So you will not wait for the positive things to be said by him. So that's why they use this criteria. They will first talk about the positives so that your interest is there intact and you listen to him. Otherwise, what happens if it is in the beginning only, you immediately make your decision and reject there itself. You will not wait till you get the complete narration or criteria or complete details. So same thing is applicable everywhere, whether it is with your student, with your coaching, with the family also, or everything. So many times we people say, no, what would you like to hear, good news or bad news? So sometimes it may happen that if you say bad news in the beginning, then the person may get upset, or so that later on your good news may not have good effect, or may not be in a condition to listen to your good news. So if you first inform the good news, then person will cherish and all, and then he will be, means, as per author, I'm not saying, the person may be so happy that may not mind about the bad news, or it could have a little effect comparatively. This is as per the study and survey that is mentioned, and we have seen in common life also, it happens like that. Whenever someone is introduced, or whenever someone is making a profile, or so, there are some plus and minus. But if you showcase your plus and highlight it, so then people won't mind the negatives later. But if you highlight the negatives first, then people won't wait till you complete, or till you showcase all the positives there. So this is what the author is showcasing about the human mind. Actually, the author has given lot of examples in there. I couldn't cover all of that. So again, any questions or any doubt anyone having, you can ask. The open for everyone. Yes.
Yes, Anuj.
Yes, sir. So the most relevant question for me is, since it's a big book and also I'm a slow reader, uh, my question is it a book that may be read at any point? Or, I mean, for example, I'm currently stuck in life and there are hundreds of books that we can read. We can read as self-help books for different purposes. uh, will Does it aim to solve a specific purpose, or just adds to the our mindset or the way we see things?
Yeah, Saurabh, good question. Actually, the author is, educating us about the various aspects of our human mindset, and how, common people think about it and how we react to it. So these are the different criterias and different things. The author has also, due to short time, I couldn't, illustrate more. He has shown the two lines also in that. So when you see the two lines, no, horizontal lines, you find that one line is longer and one line is shorter, but in fact both are equal. The difference was that the arrow was inward for the line which was looking shorter, and the arrow was outward for the line which was looking, yeah, sorry, it is reverse. The inward was looking, smaller, and outward arrow means reverse arrow was looking it like a longer, but both the lines had same length. So this kind of, so author is covering the various type of illusions we see at the various circumstances or situations. So author is educating us with the various research psychologists who have done the experiment, they have done the survey, and based on that they have submitted their study conclusions and all. And we may find some of things useful in our practical life. And the main thing is thinking fast and slow. He has explained it very nicely, and you can illustrate that. So we should know that, we have realized that sometimes. And one more question you asked, that you can read from anywhere. So there are different parts of the book, so you can read from the any part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, because it is addressing different concepts and different criterias. So you can pick from the any part any chapter because it covers particular property or particular study. It is not like that you have to be, from the starting only until end. You can pick up anywhere because it is about this. And the main aspect is this thinking fast and slow, and how you can utilize this in your practical life, and how you should know where you have to be fast, where you have to be slow. So, like in our life, also, you must know the right time when to let go and when to hold. The thing is that many times we don't know when to let go and we still hold, and when we have to hold, we let go. So later on, we realize the mistake. So that's why we should know that we have two kinds of property. One is slow and one is fast. So we have to use it as per the requirement and situation. So where you have to be fast enough to decide, where you have to buy some time and then decide.
Thank you very much, sir. By your
Good
explanation,
question.
I have got my answer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So any more question?
Sanjay ji is asking, any idea how can we apply lessons?
Yeah, that is what we see. Like priming effect is used, so you should know where the priming effect is implemented and how it is used. So sometimes, on a lighter note, in family, somebody is, maska laga rahe, butter laga rahe, so then you understand कि हाँ कुछ तो चाहिए. So we say क्या चाहिए बोल दो directly कि why you are, admiring so much, क्यों मस्का लग रहा है ये वो. So it is like that you have to make out this thing. That's why all this study and examples are provided so that you understand the different situations, different criterias and principle, and don't fall for the illusion like that picture was shown that it is bigger and smaller. So we also, fell victim of illusion. There was example of interview of the candidate. So we also fall for that. Sometimes we also commit mistake that a candidate who is very confident in the interview and talks a lot, and then we assume that, oh, he's a very good person. But when we recruit, then we come to know that it was only Bol Bachchan type person. Practically nothing is happening. So we may fall means a victim of such situations. So we have to, there we should have, taken more time. Instead of system one, we should have applied system two. Again, second round of interview, again giving him some practical tasks that you solve this, you do this. So there you will get the idea whether this person is suitable and appropriate for the requirement or not. So you must have to decide whether you have to decide, take decision at the right time, not too early, not too late. Because sometimes if you are too late, then also it is problem. Like you know, uh, for example, any guy likes the girl and he's just thinking that how should I propose and how should I talk to her and all. But he's thinking too much, so till that time it is late. Someone has already proposed and is late, and it should not be too early, and so that in haste he could not propose properly and the things went wrong and it doesn't work. So that's why you have to judge as per the situation, as per the, you must know when you have to be slow and when you have to be fast. Like the author has given example, if any animal is after you, dog is running behind you, you have to be as per system one. You can't be as per system two, that why this dog is running and you want to make analysis or you want to think over it. So there is no time for that. So there are certain, yeah, strike while the iron is hot. Retiji is saying correct. Yes, Chidaji.
Are we come to the stage of Q&A or you still need to cover something? Because I do have a couple of questions.
Yeah, you can go ahead with the question. We have
Yeah.
actually
So I
finished.
know from the beginning, started giving some of the examples, or you did also just mention how do we strike that balance, not too late or too early. How do you feel, that is the right balance? It's just a trial and error method. It's just an experience. How do you know we are in a sweet spot? This is the time we need to strike. This is how the iron is hot. The what is the example? Another one in a dog is, is very obvious. Okay, this actually the flight versus fight, that particular part of our brain will be working very obvious. Instinctively, we do that. But in the real day works are how do we find out is the right spot where we need to do it? Is it just an experience or anything else? Is a tips?
Chidaji, it is combination of data, information, research, survey, and understanding the various principles. Those are in implemented. Like I gave example of showroom of car. So if you know about the criteria, if you are aware of that, it will make it will enable you to decide whether you have to be slow or fast. If slow, how much slow? If fast, how much fast? So that understanding the various, of course, due to lack of time, I have not covered many more examples. But if you see the book, it is enough, 500 plus pages. Lot of examples are given, and you will find it very interesting. Because initially, like deep work, I thought this is a boring book, so I was about to give away that book. But I thought, let me finish this first section. But then I found it is very interesting. So then I went on doing the deep work on this book, and I found it very interesting. So because I thought, the author is Nobel Prize winner, so it should not be, just like that. So then later on, I found that a lot of examples are very good and very useful in our practical life. So these are only few examples and studies, but there are a lot of examples, lot of study, lot of things, and it is ongoing. Like this German scientist would have done this research few years before, but now also a lot of research work, lot of information is available with us, which can be implemented because this is ongoing process. This is not like Newton's third law or Newton's first, second, third law. It is done, but further the as awareness increases, we come to know the various aspects. Like Retiji on that day was talking about FOMO. So I was saying that FOMO is the only thing which was earlier, but now there are various forms are there in the social media. Like FOMO is, everyone knows, fear of missing out. But Palki Sharma Upadhyay has come with one more clip. I don't know you people might have seen or not, but she is explaining the latest as per Gen Zs and Gen Alpha have come up with more forms of that, which illustrate explains as the various mindset. Like now after FOMO there is FOFO. So FOFO is fear of finding out. So many people they avoid physical checkup or test because they are worried that something may come up and then it will spoil their mood and they may not be so they avoid some people avoid going to doctor. They like to take medicine at their own because they don't want to get into that stress position. Then after FOFO there is FOMO, so fear of messing up. Some people will say, no, I'll not cook this, because they have a fear that I may mess up this. Instead of that, the other person is cooking good, so let her cook in a better way. So that is fear of messing up, FOMO. Then there is FOBO, so fear of better option. So person will have better option. Again, there is FOPO, so fear of people's opinion. Some people would not like to go, log kya kahenge. So that is fear of people's opinion, FOPO. That people are worried that I'll not do this because then people will say, oh, what you've done, what is this and all. Then again, there is fear of doing anything. So people don't want to try new thing because they have fear that I may fail, or if something goes wrong, then what will happen and all like that. Again, there is phobia. So phobia is fear of being alone. Then again, there is follow, fear of leveling up. So like that, Palki Sharma Upadhyay goes on explaining the various. So that's why I told Retiji on that it is now it is not only FOMO, but there are various nomenclature now introduced by the new generation Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. They have come with all this terminology and they are using this. So Chidaji, I hope I'm able to answer because the more you are aware and the more information you get, you will be able to decide in a better way. Like Anil ji is always educating us about the Bhagavad Gita and all, so that also you can implement. That is evergreen master book, and those principles are used, as Sher Singh ji said, we use in our practical life. Whenever he is down or feeling low, he has some favorite books which inspire him. So similarly, if you have awareness about the new surveys, new studies, and new findings, so that will help you to decide on various things. Like we often see various bank about the cyber fraud advertisement and all, so you are aware of that. So then you are able to decide. If you get anonymous call or suspicious call asking OTP or something, so then you have awareness that when you have to disconnect. Like one series was there in Netflix, Jamtara. I think if some people might have seen Jamtara. In that, they have explained how systematically there is an institute in that place, Jamtara, where they are training all the students shortcut to earn huge money in crores. They are hacking the phone and uh, stealing all your bank balance. How it is done, the proper systematic institute is there and they are teaching. So in that it was shown that if you have some suspicious call and if you talk more than 1 minute, they will have access to hack your phone or system. So anytime if you find some doubtful communication or some doubtful, you have to disconnect before 1 minute immediately, so they won't be able to access. They In the series it was shown. I don't know what is the exact thing. There are some experts we have. Yes, Santiji. Chidaji, I hope I am clear. I could satisfy your question.
Yes, Sandy ji.
Yeah, Rumit wonderful explanation of the book, actually. So I just felt that this book is about the awareness on decision making, right? So entire book is, as you told, is divided into two systems. The first system is like our impulsive kind of behavior, and second one is little lazy, little logical, right? So I was just comparing this with the Master of Emotions, which I have read, where it was mentioned that you should be aware about your emotions. Means whenever you are getting angry, so you should find the reasons, what are the factors which are making you angry, or what are the factors which are making you very happy. So we should not decide anything, uh, we should decide based on our awareness on the emotions, like whenever we are stressed or hungry or exhausted, so our brain by default gets impulsive. Okay, impulsive means फास्ट थिंकिंग। ऐसे जब लड़ाई हो गया तो दैट टाइम मुझे नहीं रहना यार, मैं जा रहा हूँ, और तुरंत वो जाने वाला विचार सामने आ जाता है। एंड 2 दिन बाद जब आप उस लड़ाई को इफ़ यू इमेजिन, तो पता चलता है अरे यार वो तो होता रहता है। सो वेन एवर वी आर स्ट्रेस्ड और हंग्री और वट any negative emotions we have, so we get impulsive. But if we are aware about our emotions, so we should decide that we should never make a major life or financial decision after getting aware of such emotions. Like I have worked a full day and I'm very tired. I had a heated argument with someone. So in those scenarios we should give our mind a chance to recharge with a night of sleep or something like that, relaxation and all, and then take a decision. So awareness of impulsive mood or the lazy mood should be there, means your both the system के बीच में ना awareness होना जरूरी है. That I had got a hint from master of emotions. What is your view in that, Rumit ji?
Yeah, correct. You see, most of the principles are universal, and you will find a lot of similarity between related books, because that is what it is showing. So one more book I had, Mindset. In that also you'll find lot of things maybe similar, or you can correlate like that. So accordingly, you will find the various things are explained which are similar, just like most of the self-help books we find avoid procrastination, and many things are similar to that.
Yeah, Sanjay ji, would you like to ask?
What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
We can take a selfie, final last selfie for the day, and then we are at the end of our session. So, yes.
Yeah, thanks, Romit sir. This was a wonderful review. It's such a thick book, and to summarize in a this simple manner is incredible. And first part is definitely interesting, but the later part I also felt boring when I read this book initially. But you amazing examples you had given and related with many day-to-day life scenarios. Two things I was thinking. One, you also said about hiring related decision. In fact, I made one hiring decision wrong uh, 2 years back when in interview panel, two other guys were also there along with me. And intuition point of view, I was thinking this may not be the right decision, and that is system one. And other guys were based on rational thinking. The guy is good in analytics, everything and all. And finally, we hired that guy, and we later found that I found later that that was not right decision. So that is something we make such kind of decisions, and then later on we may see whether that decision was right or wrong. So good that we should be conscious enough to understand whether we are thinking rationally or it is intuitive thinking coming in decision making time. That is one. Second thing related to um, I used negative highlights during my earlier we used to do offline shopping. So like uh, I remember once I went to purchase the bag. So I started highlighting negative things. So I liked that bag, and then before negotiation, I started highlighting the negative parts of that bag. Like, okay, color is little dull, or this is having some issue at this place or so, and that gives idea to shopkeeper that okay, item is faulty, and that you get an advantage while negotiating. So these are few things which were coming in my mind while listening. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Sanjay ji. And I just take one more minute, Palak ji. So I had, one more book I had, Mindset by Carol Dweck, who is the PhD author. So as per him also, how do people differ? As per him, there are two types of mindset of the people. One is fixed mindset and other is growth mindset. So fixed mindset people will, never embrace the change. They are, always they have fear of uh, accepting the change, or adaptability is very less by them. So the author says that the journey to a growth mindset in 4 steps. The step one is to embrace your fixed mind, means to understand your limitation, how you have fixed mind. And step two is aware of your fixed mindset triggers. And the step three is give your fixed mindset persona a name, and step 4 is educate it after naming and take it on the journey with you, as we all have both the mindsets. It is there, everyone has, both the mindset, fixed mindset and the growth mindset also. So in that book also the author gives lot of examples, lot of surveys and a lot of principles to understand and how you can implement uh, for the success and the better scenario. So this is how you will find lot of books on the mindset, and you must understand how to, because the mind is the most precious organ given. That is what we, that is how we differ from the animals. Human is considered to be superior than the human, so animals. So that's why you must understand your mind. Like Dandapaniji said that mind is like a garden. So the more the place you will visit more frequently, that will dominate your thinking and your mind and process. So different areas are there in your mind. Some areas will be about the ego, fear, anxiety, stress, and some areas will be happiness, joy. Uh, so the more you visit the areas, your mind and thinking will be like that. It is also is nicely explained that initially garden has kacha rasta, all not the proper road, but the area you visit frequently, that paths will be more solid and stabilized path. So your mind will tend to visit those areas. That's why you should have boundaries and you should restrict yourself to the negative things, so that your mind doesn't go towards those things, and it will be better for you. So like that, there are a lot of things on mindset, and this book is also amazing. Lot of things are there, but I couldn't manage to cover all the things because it is very long, and I just prepared PPT on the way from airport to in 20 minutes by the time I reach here, because the flight was delayed from Chennai. That's why we had to uh, extend the time. Sorry for the inconvenience, and thank you everyone for participating. Any more question is there?